And welcome, family, to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I'm reporting live, family, and direct from paradise, from the new earth, reporting about the old earth, because I know a lot of you are still in transition. Some of you are on the bridge. Some of you are in the new earth. Some of you are in the old earth, about to get on the bridge to the new earth. You know, everyone is in their different situations. But I definitely want to highly encourage you, family, to start to tell yourself a new story, because it all starts here. It all starts here. And, you know, it's very important to realize that the enemies over your soul, the enemies of your soul, over your soul. The enemies of your soul no longer have the power that they used to have. Back in the day, they no longer have that power, family, over you. It's a bright new dawn where you can chart a bright new course for yourself. Remember, the narrative is everything. Now, speaking of narratives, family, the Ukrainian Prime Minister or President, what is he? Is he the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, has asked the chairman of the African Union, who is currently Senegal's president, Macky Sall, if he can address the African Union. And, you know, Sall actually tweeted that he and Zelensky had spoken earlier in the week over the phone about the economic impact of the war in Ukraine and the need to favor dialogue for a negotiated outcome to the conflict, blah, blah, blah. And what's happening is, like, the situation is starting to bite across Africa. Here in Kenya, okay, there was corruption involved as well, but we're experiencing like extreme fuel shortage, all this drama, etc., etc. There's a lot of financial ripple effects across Africa. And remember, anyway, let me not get into that. But so why does the Ukrainian president want to address the African Union? So that there's a peaceful negotiation? That's not it, family. The real reason is because Africa is almost split down the middle, or actually there's more in favor of Russia, to be honest. But basically, Africa is not united. They have not just jumped on the Ukrainian ship and said that they're supporting Ukraine despite pressure from Europe, despite pressure from the divided states, despite gaslighting, bullying, and all kinds of other narcissistic, approaches. It has not worked. And they were saying, because by the way, let me just share this. Every article on this is exactly the same, whether you're reading it in the African Report, whether you're reading it in the Guardian in Europe, whether you're reading it in, France 24, it's all basically the same drift. So it's like this was like some kind of press release, I guess, where they were testing the waters. And instead of the African Union chair sending an email to everyone or in their WhatsApp group, hey, Ukrainian president wants to talk to us, he put it out there in public. Why? Why tweet about it, family? You see, everything is a tactic. Everything is a strategy. People aren't just moving out here just like that. The reason they tweeted is to kind of try and sway public opinion in Africa to where many presidents will feel like it would be a popular move to go to the African Union and allow, or however they do it, whether they do it digitally or whatever, to allow, the Ukrainian president to do that. But as I mentioned in a previous episode, most African countries actually buy their military equipment from Russia. So they have allegiances that are a bit deeper, and they have weighed in on Russia, or they have leaned towards Russia to kind of try and, remove themselves from the shackles of colonialism. So it's not that simple. But what has worried the European bloc that is trying to make Russia out to be this wicked, evil nation, etc., is that, for example, there was this vote to kick Russia out of the United Nations Human Rights Council over its invasion. 58 countries abstained from the vote, and out of those 58 countries, 24 of the abstaining countries were actually from Africa. And they actually included Senegal. 9 other African countries voted in favor of the resolution, and 9 voted against. It's so weird. I don't know what that sound is, family. Anyway, I don't know what that buzzing in the background is. I'm really sorry about that. But what's happening? And you guys, do you think it's a coincidence that a comedian won the elections and then now his acting skills are literally everything? I mean, did you see that whole thing of like Boris going to the Ukrainian surprise visit? I mean, some of these things look like CGN, family. Some of these things look so like they're just messing with our minds. But we should see the importance of Africa, family. The importance of our decision. We have such a big, huge role to play in international politics, but they're always trying to like suck us into it. So now it's like the Ukrainian president wants to come on this whole charm offensive, trying to convince all of us why it's so critical for Africa to be involved, to say something, to vote against Russia. I mean, basically they want to try and draw Africa onto their side. But the general mood across Africa is, yo, we got our own problems to deal with. There's major wars going on the African continent right now that need our attention. Not our circus, not our monkeys. That is a general mood in Africa. Like, Ukraine, what? Okay. Because those narratives now, the chains of those narratives have broken, where a war in Europe is placed above a war in Africa. It's like people are tired of all those narratives. So people are in their own world, looking at their own individual personal survival. So what do you guys think? Should the African Union allow the Ukrainian Prime Minister to address them? And will they be able to sway Africa? It's like some kind of alarm that was... I don't know, family. I mean, it just shows for me when I see this kind of stuff coming out, it shows that Africa so far has not taken the bait, has not jumped in. And with the way things are going on the continent, with all the elections and everything that are happening, going to happen this year, next year, I don't think it will be favorable. And the issues that each country is dealing with, even on an individual level. Ukraine seems so far, and then just the messaging that we're getting from Ukraine about the racism. I think there was an article that I posted on Instagram, which was talking about, you know, if you volunteer as a black person to go to help out in Ukraine, don't be shocked if you're called the N-word. Don't be shocked if someone spits on you, literally. I mean, what else? So with that whole neo-Nazi undertones, family, Africa just has not, because now the narrative is everywhere. Everyone knows what's going on. Nothing is hidden. And then we're still seeing our people being mistreated. Now they're in literally, I don't know why I always call them concentration camps, but, immigration detention centers in Poland. I don't know, family. Why is it so critical for the comedian president of Ukraine to talk to Africa? Why do they need our approval? This should tell you just how important we are as a motherland, as a peoples, and why when we have the right presidents in place, we will shift this entire reality, family. Once we sort out our own house, because we matter, we're important, we're a deciding factor in wars in other continents. Let me know what you think in the comments below, family. Until next time. Tuko pamoja.
Wake up, Africa!